Hello and welcome to the continuation of our masterclass. So now that you have your PowerPoint ready installed and you are about to start this journey, let's go and start. Yeah. So now, like I said, this is the slide we'll be trying to recreate, and throughout the entire process, we'll be learning a whole lot of skills, a whole lot of new things that we never knew about PowerPoint. So normally, I'm supposed to tell you these are the tabs, the various tabs that we have in PowerPoint, and what each tab has, and this is the navigation pane, this is the note section, this is the canvas you are working with. But those are basic stuff you can learn on your own, right? We want to know how to use the software, not to know the parts. Are you okay? So let's have a look at what we will learn first. So let me create a blank new slide, right? So basically, the first thing you do when you create a new PowerPoint account is that you have this empty slide with a placeholder here. Click to add title and then subtitle. Now, most of us will just go in here and type our title here. So we'll just be like title here, and then we type something here, or we go to the design tab and select one of these designs, something like this or any of this, right? And it's to us, it looks very nice. And then we'll just from here we go to the home tab, click on new, and then we'll look through this option to see if I want to insert a text with two images. Then I will click this one, then this one will come, right? See, the idea is good, right? It's good. It is a pre-made template that can help you do most of your work easily. But if you are using this template, you are not going to create anything professional, and your presentation will not stand out. It will not be very beautiful, okay? Anything that will stand out, or any work that you do that will stand out, you need to put time and effort into it. These are already made for you that you can just click and insert. So you don't pay attention to how you align your text, how you align your images. You just click and insert. So if you bought this course, it means that all these things you will not be doing them, right? So we'll delete all these slides because we don't need them. So let me go to design and go to blank because I don't need I don't need this, right? So I go to blank, right? Blank slide, right? So we'll be working with blank slides. So let me delete this. So I go to the home tab, I come to new, and then I select blank slide, right? This is what we are going to be working with. Now you can see the canvas is empty. Now I have all the options to do whatever I want, to position my text where I want, to write a title somewhere, and do all those things. Now, one fact is that people don't know that if you use an empty canvas like this, you can actually insert your own text. People don't know that. A lot of people always go with a pre-made template like something like this, and then they can only type here and then move this box or the placeholder. So in the absence of this placeholder, they try to copy it onto the next slide, or they can create their own placeholder, which is very bad. Okay, so we'll be learning how to insert your own slide. So to do that, to insert your own text. So to do that, we come to the insert tab. Okay, so we can, if you want to insert new slide, you can come over here, select blank. If you want to insert table, you can do it over here and then edit it later to look more beautiful. You can also insert pictures over here, stock images, either online or offline. You can take a screenshot, photo albums, shapes and icons. But in this PowerPoint masterclass, we'll be focusing more on pictures, and tables. We'll be using shapes a lot, right? We'll be using some charts as well. And then this gentleman over here, this is what we want. This is what we call the text box. Now the text box give me the option to write my text where I want them to be. So for instance, let's say I want my text to be at this bottom corner over here. I can just drag over here, and then it gives me the option to type my text. So I can basically type my text over here. Are you okay? Now, that's the first thing we've learned. So we've learned how to insert a text box. You just go to insert, and then you select box, and then text box, and then you drag it over here, and then to give you the option. Now, secondly, because we are learning how to use the software, we will be needing some text in positioning the text to learn the alignment and everything. Now, I can go and type and draft all the tests and everything to make it. So I'm going to be using a dummy test. A dummy test is simply a test that doesn't make sense, but you can use it for your design work. So most designers use that. So to have that dummy test, we type equals, then we write lorem, LOREM, then we open and close bracket. After that, let the cursor be after the bracket has closed, and then you press enter. It will generate your test for you. So with this, we can use this test, position it, align it, and then change the font, and then we have what we would like to see. And also one more thing, we have our guides here, our ruler over here. But if we come to the view tab over here, we can see that we can uncheck to either hide the ruler or show it. We can also show our guidelines, okay, and we can also show our grid. So let me turn off the grid guidelines for now. So you can see that our guides, okay, is positioned at 0, 0 over here. Now you can position this guy anywhere you want. Are you okay? Then you can press and hold down Control and then click on this and drag to make a copy. Are you okay? So you can do that as well. So now you can see that I have 2 copies of the vertical guides over here. The same thing I can do it. I press and hold down Control, then I click, and then I drag to the top. Let me place it over here. Then the same way, press and hold down Control, I drag, and then I bring this guy to the bottom over here. Are you okay? So now this gives me a grid, something that I can work with. You have the measurement at the top, depending on the margin and the margin you want to give to your work, you can do that as well. Or you can just simply turn on your grid lines. Okay, so your grid lines gives you the grid that you can work within. Are you okay? Now, if you are at the level where you master PowerPoint, you don't necessarily need the grid, but it's always a good thing to use the grid so that your text and everything is well aligned. Okay, now one thing to I also need to make mention before we start everything is that there is something that we can do. For instance, if I have a company logo, then I want the logo to appear at the bottom over here for every slide. Now, I don't have to put the logo there and copy and paste onto any other slide that I subsequently insert. Okay, I want it to be there automatically once I create a new slide. So to do that, you come to your view tab, then you select slide master, this guy over here, slide master. Then after you create, you go to slide master, you insert your logo over here. Okay, depending on where you want your logo to be, you insert it over there. So let's have a look at an example. Let's say in this case, I have the fun excursion over here. You can see that no matter what I do, I can click it, I can select it. I can select the text box over here. Let me turn off the guides. Okay, I can select the text box, I can select this guy, I can select the images, the icons, everything, the line over here. But this guy, I can select it. Okay, that is because it is not directly editable. So if I want to edit, I have to go to slide master, and then this is where I can edit it at. So I'm going to copy this as our logo. So let me just come here, go to home, copy, and then I go back to our slide. Okay, then under, let me close this for now. So I come to view, I go to slide master, and then on this slide, the slide master that showed to you, then I paste it. I come home, I paste. Okay, let's say I decide to put it at the bottom this time around, bottom over here. Okay, so it's now at the bottom, and I click on the slide master at the top over here, and then I close it over here. So you can see that the fun excursion is here, but no matter what I do, I cannot move it. Are you okay? So if I come here and I insert new blank slide, it will be automatically on the slide. Okay, the more I enter, the more it will be there. Are you okay? So these are some basic tips that you need to learn. All right, so let's go ahead and start with what we'll be building in this masterclass. So let me close this. So let's start with the first slide that we have over here. So we want to create something like it. Now this is just an icon that I got from flaticons.com. Are you okay? On excursion, and I got it from there. But it is in the icon folder or the image folder for this tutorial. Now let me teach you how to do this. So I come to new, and then I create a new blank slide. As you can see, my fun excursion is already here. Now, if you look at this slide, we can see that I have this icon or logo over here. I have the text over here, fun excursion. Then I have something like a dot over here. Then your pleasure or delight or the motto. And then I have something at the bottom over here, right? This guy over here as the watermark. Now, the watermark, I decided to place this guy over here, but in the subsequent ones, you can see them that they are faded under the slide over here, but it's not editable. No matter what I do, I cannot edit them. Are you okay? So let's see how we create that. So to create this, the first thing I'm going to do is I come here, because I'm trying to replicate this. I click on it. I can see that I use the font Montserrat extra bold, and then the font size is 80. So I'm going to use the exact same thing. So I come to insert, press and hold, click the text box. Are you okay? I can now drag this. So let me type my fun excursion. So fun excursion. Okay. I can drag this guy out. It doesn't matter how terrible it looks right now. We're going to format it. So like I said, we're going to use Montserrat extra bold. Okay, Montserrat extra bold, and then everything, okay, capitalize each word. So I come here, okay, then I come to capitalize each word over here. I increase the font size to 80. Okay, then I move it somewhere here. Okay, so if I come here and I turn on my guide or my grid lines, you can see it is in between the, from here, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, the fifth box. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So it's somewhere here in the middle over here. Very good. Okay, then you can see that I have some icon or box over there. Sorry, just some shape over there. It's a shape. So to do that shape, let me turn off the guidelines for now. So to get that shape at the end over there, you only go to insert, select shape, select circle, and then you just click once. It will give it to you, right? Now I press and hold down shift to reduce the size evenly, right? So I think this is okay. So I bring it to the top over here, and then I give it my color, which is gold over here, orange or gold, which is good. And then I come to shape outline, because if you can see here, you see that we have some blue line around it. That's the shape outline, so I don't want it. So I come to shape outline, and then I select no outline. Okay, so already you can see that this is almost looking like what we already initially have, right? In the slide over here, it's already looking more like it. Even though everything is not perfectly aligned, it's already fine. Then I can now select this guy and then give it a different color, the orange color that we use. So I select this guy, I come here, and then I select the orange color that I am using over here. Okay, so that is that fun excursion. Very simple, very easy to do. Okay, now the next thing is we have this line over here, and then your pleasure, our delight. Okay, so that is the next thing we are going to do. So I'll go to insert, come to shape, and then I select this line shape over here. So I'm going to press and hold down the shift key so that it draws a perfect line for me. Okay, I think this is good. So I come to shape outline over here. Then I go to the width. Then I increase the width to, let's say, 2 1/4, okay, point over here. This is okay. Then under the shape format, okay, where I've given the shape outline over here, I should give it the color as well. So I'm going to give it the orange color that I was originally using. So I have this over here. So the next thing I need to do is to write "Your pleasure, our delight," and that is just the normal Montserrat font and then 18. So I come here, "Your pleasure, our delight." So I go to insert, I select a text box, and then I drag over here. Then I type in here, your pleasure, our delight. Okay, so I select everything using Control A. The font size is 18 already. Then I select the font should be Montserrat itself. Okay, then I send it a little bit above over here to align somewhere like this. It's fine. Then I select this, I come to over here, and then I capitalize each word. So your pleasure, our delight. So this is already looking beautiful. It's already looking nice, almost the exact same thing we have. Now if you can see the bottom over here, I have this already watermark appearing at the bottom over here. Now what I did was, if you come to view and then you select slide master, you can see that on this slide I have this image over here that is showing over there. So what I did was, let me send this thing back. So if you go to your download project folder and then you come to your images, you can see that you have this travel icon over here. Sorry, travel image over here. Okay, so this was what I used. Okay, so let me show you guys how I used it. So let's say okay, so let me insert. So I come to insert picture from device, and then I go to slides, images, and then I select the travel 01. Okay, select that guy. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look like. So the first thing I did was to crop it. Okay, so the picture is already selected. Under the picture format, I click on crop. Okay, so I'm going to crop it as much as possible. Okay, over here like this. And then I send this guy up a little and bring this guy down a little so that it doesn't cut the planes. All right, so this is how it's looking. So for now, I'm going to press and hold down Control, and then I drag to have another image like this. Are you okay? So sorry, first of all, let me reduce the size a little bit. Okay, so something like this should be fine. And then I press and hold down Control, and then I drag, okay, to get it like this. So sorry, something like this. Okay, this is cool. So I can now select the two and then press and hold down Control and drag again. Okay, so you can see that it's already taking more than it's supposed to, so I can squeeze this guy a little bit. Okay, after all, it's going to be in the background. So I select, press and hold down Shift and select all these guys. Okay, come to picture format, and then I come to color over here, and then I make it orange accent, this thing over here, you know, something like that. Okay, after that I select them one by one, come to transparency, and then I fade it as much as possible, so 80% transparency. So I do the same thing to this guy as well, 80% transparency. Okay, you can play with the transparency to see which one suits you best, right? But for me, I'm using 80 transparency. I don't know if you can see too well. 80 transparency over here, right? So this was what I did, and then I selected all these guys, press and hold Control and then G. So Control G to group it. Okay, and then that was what I brought to the bottom over here. So I fitted it exactly at the bottom, that once I click on any slide, it is what will come with the slide automatically. So with this, if I close this thing right now, you can see that this every slide now has this thing at the top, because I left it at the slide master over there. So if I go to view slide master and then I get rid of this, you can see that it has already been gotten rid of. Okay, but that was what I did, and I got the one at the bottom over here that you can see. All right, so with that out of the way, let's continue. So from here, we have everything in order already. So we just need to insert the plane and moving around the world that you see over here. So I come here, I go to insert pictures from this device. Okay, it's not here. Now, for those of you who are wondering where I got the color from, is from this color palette. Okay, so the red I use, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, they are all from this color palette. Okay, so it is found in the project folder under images. Okay, so I come here to icons. Okay, and I have the airplane icon over here, so I insert it. Okay, it's already very big, so I press and hold down shift to reduce the size a little bit. Then I send it a little bit over here. Now this is one thing to you learn in PowerPoint, right? So you can see that the icon or the image is on top of the fan. Are you okay? The fan excursion. Now we want to send it to the back, so that the fan excursion will be appearing on top of that. So to do that, there are two ways. We can either send the image to the back, or we select the text and bring it to the front. Are you okay? So in this case, I'm going to send the image to the back. So I select the image, then this tab will open, will come picture format. Now under this arrange option over here, I can see bring front, send backward. Okay, so I'm going to send this guy back. So I send back. Now what back does, it will send this image to the last end, the back. But if I send backward, it will send it back once. Okay, and it might not necessarily go to this guy back. So let's look at it. If I send it back, you see that it's still where it is. If I send it backward again, it's still where it is, because this was the first test, this guy was the second, this guy was the third, this guy was already here. Okay, so I need to send it back like 3 or 4 times before it appears at the back of the font. You can see I did it 4 times before it got there. But control, let me undo everything over there. But if I were to select go send back at once, it will send it to the back, the last back. Are you okay? So this is what we have. You can already see it's looking already very good, very nice. Okay, as simple as what I had at the top over here. Are you okay? Now if you see this guy, you realize this was more transparent, and that is because I did not use this guy at the end. I placed it on front. Okay, so I can just select these guys and copy, and then I paste over here, and then the same thing I send back. Okay, I send backward, keep sending it backward until I'm not using back because I don't want it to go way behind, but let me send it back. Okay, so it's looking something like this. Very nice, very simple, very easy to do. Now you can see that over here, this is pretty much the same thing. Okay, so this is looking very good so far. Now we are done with the first slide, or the title slide. Now let's go to the next slide. Are you okay? So I'm going to select this slide, and then I come and then I select new slide, or I create a new slide under it. Now if you look at this, we have the welcome test, have a fun trip with fun excursion, this line here, and then this test here with this image, and then this guys over here, right? So we are going to create the exact same thing. So to do that, it's very easy. It's just bring in fonts, align them very well, and then position the image very well. It's just that simple. So let's do the skeleton framework of this. So I'll come here, go to view insert text. Okay, then somewhere at the top over here we can arrange a written letter. So I'm going to use caps lock, then welcome. Okay, then let me come here. You see, this is Montserrat, and then the size is 32, and you can see that the text is very loose. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. So I select this, everything over here, I give it the size 32, I make this very loose, then the font is Montserrat. Okay, so we can see that it's already looking very good. So I can give it the orange color straight ahead. Okay, we are done with the first step. So the next step is to have a fun trip with fun excursion. Are you okay? So we're going to do the exact same thing. Now, rather than every time go and select the text box, you can just click on this, press and hold down Control and drag below. Okay, so it has copied it for you. So we are going to have a fun trip. So have a fun trip with have a fun trip with fun excursion. Have a fun trip. Okay, this is keeping the formatting of very loose, so we make it normal. Okay, have a fun trip with fun excursion. So fun excursion. Okay, now this doesn't look like what we have over here, but there is no problem. We can fix that. Are you okay? Because if you look at this, this is Montserrat medium. Okay, the size 32. So we are going to select all this guy and give it Montserrat medium. So I type medium here, Montserrat medium. That's looking fine so far. And if you look at the top over here, this guy has the font size of 48 and it's Montserrat extra bold. So let's do that. So this, then we go here 48, then Montserrat extra bold. Okay, Montserrat extra bold. Very good. Fun excursion 48, fun excursion for extra bold 48, and then we change this to all uppercase. Very good. So from here I can just select this guy, come to font color, give it black, select the font tool, then give it black over here. Okay, very simple, very easy to do, just changing colors and positioning text. Now if you look at this, you can see that the text look aligned. Okay, this is what gives beauty to your presentation. The text looks aligned. This is what gives it the beauty that we are looking for. All right, so I'll select these two text and then I send them to the top a little bit. Now the next thing I want to do is to have this text over here. So all I'm going to do is I can either copy this guy, or this time around I come to insert, I select my text box, I drag it somewhere here because this is where I want my text to be. I type equals lorem into bracket close, then I enter. Okay, so this is my text. Let me make it like this for now. Now you can see I have up to this quiz una, something like that. So I'm going to do the same thing. So it means I'm going to delete everything at the bottom over here. So delete that, then make this guy come somewhere here. Then I see that the font is Montserrat, the size 16. I come here, I select this. Okay, I give it size 16, and then the font is Montserrat. Okay, so just Montserrat, and voila. Okay, so you can see it's already looking very beautiful. You see, I made it in a way that the end of the text is looking aligned with the end over here, right? So that is the alignment we are talking about. It should look well aligned. You can see that the smart guide is already even giving us the guides. Okay, here is fine. Very good. So all I can do from here is I can either go to my first slide, okay, select this guy, just copy, then I come here, I paste, right? I drag this over here, in line over here. It's longer than it's supposed to be, so I press and hold down shift, Then I drag it backward using my mouse, and voila, that looks okay. So yeah, this looks almost alike. You can see the text, bring it in here a little bit, and then extend this guy a little, and voila. Okay, that is looking pretty much the same thing. All right, so now the next thing we have to do is have this shape that contains the image, and then another shape, right? Now, if you look at it, this is just, that is the shape. Okay, just a rounded rectangle. So we're going to do that. Okay, so it's very easy. You go to insert, come to shape, select this guy over here, rounded rectangle, draw the rounded rectangle. You can press and hold down shift so that it gives you consistent size. Then you rotate it a little bit, slightly like this. Send it somewhere here. Maybe the size is too much. Okay, you can use this orange thing to change how it looks like, the roundness of it, but I think something like this is fine. You know what I'm saying? So under shape format, I can give it just gray color for now so that it doesn't stand out too much. Shape outline, I'm going to give it the black, and I'm going to create the width of the shape outline to be a little bit bigger. Right now, because it's white, you cannot see it right now, but if I come to insert again, I come to shapes, rounded rectangle, I do some small rounded rectangle, increase the edge a little bit, I give it orange, shape outline, no outline, right? Because we are trying to create the guy at the back over here. So something like this, I tilt it like something like this, and I bring it somewhere here. Are you okay? Like we saw earlier on, because it's on top of it, we come to shape format, okay? Then we send it back. Okay, so we can already see that it's looking pretty much like what we have over here, even though not exactly, but it's pretty much the same thing. So do some adjustments here, increase this guy a little bit. You are free to do whatever you want, right? But something like this is already making the presentation more beautiful. It is very clean, simple, and then have element that add extra beauty to your presentation. Now I can see that I have some icon, some shape over here with some icon on it. It's the exact same thing. You go to insert, you come to shapes, rounded rectangles, then you draw something, press and hold down shift so it gives you something like this. And you can give it no outline, shape outline, no outline. Shape fill, you give it this gold color over here, something like this, and you can maybe push it to the top over here. Just okay, let me align it with the text over here, something like this. Okay, so that this is already looking exactly as we have over here. Okay, so you can say this is basically you just inserting a text, writing your content, changing the font, okay, to Montserrat or Open Sans, or the font that I already talked about in the introduction of the video. Change the font size, okay, have your text position, and have an image inserted. It's very simple as that. So let's insert the image over here. We have these beautiful ladies over here on an excursion. So I select this shape, I go to shape format. Okay, after I select shape format, you see under the shape styles over here, I'll click the format shape, the arrow at the bottom over here. It will open a panel over here for me. So I click on this fill. I don't want it to be no fill. It means no color. Solid fill means it has this solid color, and that is what is currently selected. But I want to have a picture in there. Okay, so by default this is what will come, but that is not the picture I want. So I'll select insert, and then from my files, so I come here, is in images. Okay, so I look through. Okay, so it's travel hashtag 12. So I select that. Okay, you can see everything has the formatting offset set to 0, so you can see it's uh pretty much compressed. But you can just extend it, press this guy to go into the negative, the right side too to the negative slightly. Okay, this guy also. Then you might even want to extend the top a little. Okay, just tweak around with these values and see what looks best for you, but it shouldn't be too stretched so it doesn't look unrealistic. So okay, this is pretty much looking very good for us. Okay, so that is pretty much good. Now we can see at the top over here we have this icon with a tall man with the heart. Okay, so I can come here, I go to insert pictures from this device, then I come to my icons. Okay, so I have the traveler icon over here. I select it and I insert it. Okay, right now it is looking very big. Okay, so I can close this option now. Under shape format, I can reduce this guy to, let's say, something uh 0.8 is right. 0.8 is good, right? So now that it's selected, I can go to color, make it wash out. Then I go to artistic effect. Then I come to this one over here, photocopy. Then it will make it appear white. Okay, so I went to color first, made it okay, let me undo that so I do it again. So I went to color first, I made it wash out. Then I went to artistic effect and then I gave it photocopy and then it appears white. Are you okay? So basically we've just recreated this slide as we can see over here. You can see, okay, this is looking pretty much the same thing. I think this was bigger than this, so slightly increase this, slightly increase this as well, twist it a little bit, bring this guy down a little, send it up, just play around with it, and then twist this guy here a little. All right, so this is looking pretty much very good so far. Okay, so I'm going to save this. And yeah, so we've been able to create a title slide and then the first slide. So in the subsequent videos, we'll look at how to create each and every other slide that we can see over here. Okay, we'll be learning a lot of things along the line, but that's the basis of it. You just insert your text box, your text, give it some small fonts, shapes, and then position your image and do some background something. And then now you learn how to insert, let me say, this watermark. Are you okay? Have it fixed and it will not move. And then how you can insert your logo and it will move. Okay, but we'll talk about the numbering or the slide number later on. Okay, so that's basically all I have for you in this first part. And then in the second part, I will be telling you guys more about PowerPoint, how you can create all these awesome things we can see over here. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.